get their act together one day, and I promise, should that day actually come, I will personally buy myself the collector's edition out of sheer disbelief. But speaking of corporate disasters lately, have you guys heard about this video that's going around about this BioWare activist SHILL that's apparently suddenly come to this realization or epiphany that BioWare doesn't actually care about trans people or something, since they had to lay off tons of workers or employees because of what happened to Veilguard? I just remembered this and I was like, you know what, guys, I gotta talk about this one. So EA pulled the plug on BioWare Edmonton, the same people that were responsible for the woke dumpster fire that was Dragon Age Veilguard, right? So apparently this SHILL, who was one of the loudest voices championing trans surgery scars, I'm sure you guys remember her, right? Check this out.
But he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity. Top surgery scars are also included in this for all of our trans and non-binary rooks out there. I absolutely was blown away by this. It's beautiful to see the inclusion in the game and to see yourself represented.
A few moments later.
Because Veilguard chose to represent, I guess. I don't know. However, it's just a lot. It's just a whole lot. Because now I'm in a position where I don't think BioWare is on my side. And that's... I'm in a position now where for the first time, I don't think BioWare has the right intentions.
So for her, she's like feeling betrayed all of a sudden because EA is axing all the people that made a really terrible product. I mean, be honest, guys. Did anyone actually think that EA was in this woke pandering fiesta because they actually believed in some grand moral cause?
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
Did anyone at all actually believe that a multi-billion-dollar corporation like EA actually cares more about social activism than it does money? Like, dude, because if you did, I got a bridge to sell you. I mean, guys, it's like watching someone realize for the first time that Santa Claus isn't real, but instead of a child, it's a full-grown adult having a meltdown in social media.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
And here's where it actually gets really funny, guys. BioWare Edmonton is the studio that made Dragon Age Veilguard, right? These are the people that crammed the game full of woke propaganda and woke nonsense, right? That these people, these activists demanded. And to no one's surprise, it flopped. Like, it flopped really hard. Less than 1.5 million copies sold, which is honestly a disaster for a juggernaut of a series such as Dragon Age. And now this clown is shocked that EA is axing the studio that tanked their own product? I mean, how does this go over your head? I mean, do you honestly think that EA is gonna keep pumping in money into a dead studio just to make you feel good? We are literally talking about the most basic consequence of failure. You pour millions of dollars into a product, it bombs, people lose their jobs. That's how the industry works. But no, these activists actually thought that EA had their backs. They thought that a soulless corporation such as EA was going to stand by them through thick and thin. And honestly, for me, I have zero sympathy. Zilch. Nada. For years, these people hijacked our favorite hobbies, shoved their goddamn forsaken propaganda into our games, called us bigots for pushing back against this nonsense. And now that the House of Cards is collapsing, they want pity?
No! This is not how this was supposed to go! I had it all planned out!
I hope that every single person that was responsible for the failure that was Dragon Age Veilguard never finds work in the gaming industry again. Because these people didn't just fail, they actively destroyed great franchises. And you know what makes this even funnier? The timing. EA pulling the plug on this studio isn't just a once-off thing. It's part of a larger trend. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like out of nowhere, the corporate push for DEI has suddenly been slowing down. Like for the last few years, every game, every show, every company was bending over backwards to shove their propaganda down our throats. And now it's like a memo went out, abort mission. This isn't making us money anymore. Disney has lost billions, Netflix quietly walked back their forced diversity mandates, and now even EA is cutting its losses. Why? Well, I think for one, it's because the market strongly rejected it, and we also have a new president in town. So I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't know why it's so hard to understand. People don't want to be lectured in their entertainment. Like, they don't want to be indoctrinated into pulling freaking barfs because your made-up pronouns, no one's actively acknowledging them. People just want good games, guy. And you know what the funniest part about all of this? These activists, they never even cared about these companies to begin with. They used them. They latched onto them like parasites, sucking out resources and turning beloved franchises into vehicles for their propaganda. And the second those companies stop being useful, they turn on them like rabid dogs. The very second that EA decided to stop setting their money on fire, where was this same energy when they were shoving microtransactions and broken games down our throats? Oh, because that was fine, right? Because at that time they were on your side. You see, it's a cycle. Stupid, predictable cycle. They infiltrate, they ruin, they move on to the next host. And you know what? Good riddance. If this is the beginning of the end for DEI in gaming, let me be the first to pop my champagne. Oh, and before I forget, there are rumors that these failed Veilguard writers are now working on Ghost of Yotei. Failing upwards, am I right? Like, the weird thing is, the director, Corinne Bush, for Dragon Age Veilguard, is now working as a director for a new D&D game that they're making.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
But the real question is, God damn it.